Hey everybody, I hope that you're all doing well. Something that I was seeing in the pre-shuffle, for a select number of you, some of you can be like going through something legally. I was seeing something about money, meaning you can be going through something legally and there's going to be some type of payout. I was seeing this can also have to do with like family, for some of you, family business, something like that. I was seeing, yeah, like something to the tune of that. And that also there can be like a battle of some sort that's connected with this. Now, this may have nothing to do with what the reading is going to be about, but it was something that I was seeing coming through in case that is meant to be validation for somebody, because I was definitely seeing something that could have had legal implications and there being money involved in it. Okay, we're starting off with Seven of Pentacles. And I'm seeing Eight of Cups. Okay, when we have Seven of Pentacles and Eight of Cups, this is like I was putting time and energy into this, but I'm not going to be doing that anymore. So this is going to be walking away from something. It will have been something that you were putting energy into. Like you have already invested in this, but this is a time where you can look at that and say, I'm just not happy with it and it's not going to be worth it to me to keep putting my energy into that. I don't want to do it anymore. It's like you have something growing in the garden and you see the type of fruit that it's producing and you're like, it's not worth it for me to keep doing this. And then there's going to be an exit here. I'm seeing Queen of Wands. I'd say that this is you being very confident in a choice that you're making now. You can really be trusting yourself with this too. It's not always easy to make a transition, but you can know in your heart, like, I don't want to keep doing this. And why would I just continue to do something that I'm feeling that way about? The reason why, especially if you have something going on where there's stuff with Saturn that you have to deal with in your chart, or there's anything with earth energy that you have to deal with in your chart, some people can have difficulty when it comes to investing in something, even though their heart's not in it anymore, or they don't even like the result of what's being produced by it, or like the process. Sometimes they tend to stay. That sometimes happens with people. This is one of these times where you're looking at it and you're like, I'm not going to do that to myself. Why would I keep putting my energy and my time into something that my heart is just not in anymore, or like even just straight up you don't like what's happening with this. And this isn't like, I'm not going to be influenced by the past. I'm not going to be influenced by the fact that I was putting energy into this. I'm checking in right now in the present moment and I'm recognizing that I do not want to keep doing this, that I would actually feel happier doing something else instead. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I really get the feeling with Queen of Wands that you're trusting yourself and that you're feeling confident in your assessment in this, and that you know yourself and you know what you're liking and what you're not liking, and that this is not what you're liking. And so there's going to be a transition now that's happening. If you're not like in love with something, just the fact that you invested in it, it's going to be a non-factor. Like it doesn't matter, you know, like time is never wasted. Energy is never wasted when you are living in the moment and doing what you feel like is in alignment. It's never going to feel like it was a waste because that was your truth at that point in time. Now you feel like you don't feel that way about this anymore. So you transitioning out of it, that is your truth now at this point. So that's just going to be you really honoring the way that you feel and not being roped in by something just because you've been spending time doing it. It just feels like if you're not happy with something at the end of the day, why is the fact that you've put time and energy into it in the past going to be a factor here? It just doesn't really make sense, not on the emotional front. And wouldn't you rather, because you can invest in other things, right? Like you're moving somewhere. You're going to be putting your time and your energy into something else. And it's going to be something that you'll be like committing once again, or you'll be investing once again, and you'll love that thing, whatever that may be. You'll feel like it's connected with where you are now. Like it's like, I'm getting like sympathetic. It's like there's going to be a feeling of connection with what it is. And this is like not feeling connected to whatever this is that's been going on. Exactly. You are moving to go find what you're looking for. This can be like going towards a wish fulfillment. It can be going towards something that you feel like whatever this was lacking on the feeling front, because you would not feel a sense of fulfillment within this anymore if we have Eight of Cups next to it. Whatever that was that this is lacking, that's what you're going to find. But you have to transition out in order for that to happen. So yeah, I'm definitely seeing you leaving something behind here. But just because it's not worth it to you anymore. I wonder too if you already have something else that you want to go for. Yeah, I'm seeing all of this. I really get the sense that this is you making the right call. This is you being motivated by things that at the end of the day, you're going to be happy that you made those choices, because there's a deeper meaning. When we have cups that we're connecting with and motivated by, this is like, I'm not going to neglect my soul here. My soul is telling me that this is not a right fit for me anymore, and that I need to like keep looking, or that something over there has caught my attention and I need to transition out so I can go for that. It's going to be this type of thing here, where again, at the end of the day, you're going to feel like I've really listened to myself. And it's not always easy to make choices like this. This is the type of stuff that can feel actually really challenging to do, to kind of step away from the routine of what we had been doing and what feels familiar. I think a lot of people can stay in situations where they feel like quite miserable actually, and just like reinforce that loop again and again, and this is you breaking that cycle. Like, that's not going to be your story. For some of you too, with the Seven of Pentacles, you got tired waiting. I'm seeing High Priestess be coming out. You can be having some mixed feelings. Even though you're going in the right direction, you can have some mixed feelings. I'm also seeing the Lovers wanting to come out here too. I am seeing Death. There could be something going on here where there's a focus on like possibly the ending or like a very big change or a very big change relationally. Okay, so having High Priestess and then having the Lovers here. Oh, I wonder actually if you're like going towards a connection. Yeah, if where you're going here, High Priestess is there, and then the Lovers are there as well. I wonder if there's something about a connection that you're moving towards. A relationship. Let's see. You have like a spiritual connection with this person having the High Priestess there. This would be more than just a feeling. But I'm also seeing, and this can be in general, like maybe you want that type of connection, because what I'm seeing too is that I'm seeing something going on with an ending also that's happening. So maybe it's both of those things. Like maybe whatever this was that you've been putting your energy into, that's something that's coming to an end. But maybe it's going to be like a little bit of a trade out that's happening here. Because this feels like I don't want to negotiate. I really want this to be over. And I want to move that direction over there. And if I'm still tied to this, I can't do that. So this feels like having to reinforce, like I'm not going back into this. I'm getting confirmation of that. So maybe you have to cut ties with a sense of like finality here. Yeah, I just get the sense of like something being understood now, like it just adds up for you at this point. You can feel the weight of responsibility as well. That can be something that's becoming more enhanced. You definitely know for sure, there's a feeling within you that you are absolutely 100% sure that this is the right direction for you to be moving in. No questions asked. So yeah, I'm not even seeing this be a question for you at this point. Yeah, it just seems like I didn't want to do that anymore. Because this feels like this part that you were playing that just weren't happy with that anymore. Not in this situation. I'm seeing 2-2 here. What is going to help you is tapping all the way in. Okay, so... Okay. I am seeing Justice on the bottom of the deck. So when we have Justice, it means that whatever it is that we need to do in order to tell the truth, regardless of what's going on. Because Justice is about bringing the truth forward and surrendering what must be surrendered in order to do that. And it feels like this is actually the way that I'm feeling about this situation. I got to be honest about it. And that is what Justice is in this for you. But I definitely feel like you put time in playing this role. And you could have potentially kept doing that, but there was this feeling within of, if I don't feel happy to wake up in the morning and be doing this, like, what am I actually doing? And that being a more consistent feeling than anything else. And so you checking in and saying, like, do I really feel connected with this? Do I really even feel a sense of purpose within this? Like, do I feel like I would be better off doing something else? I always get the feeling when we're playing some type of role that it's like, okay, I think that this may be a little bit controversial for some people, but this is what I believe, okay? I think that it's more than just a belief. I think that it's more of a consequential. We can understand how the energy works, but I'll claim it as my own so you don't have to claim it as yours if you disagree with this. In my opinion, I don't really think that the thing that we're actually doing, I don't think that that matters so much as the way that we feel about it and the energy that we bring to it. Because isn't anything as important as the next thing? Like, whether you're walking around picking up garbage, or you're like the president, or you grow trees for a living, or you're like, I don't even know, skydiving, like whatever it is, I think that it's about the energy that you bring to it. So like, do you bring love into it? Do you bring a sense of connection? Do you bring a sense of focus and presence and passion and like whatever else would be seen as being like true expression of the soul from a high vibrational place? Like, do you bring that into what you're doing because you love what you're doing and you resonate with what you're doing? Or are you showing up somewhere saying, it's important for me to play this role, and then you're miserable doing it? And that's actually the vibe that you're giving off. And when we're talking about energy that is beyond what you're doing, and it's just the vibes of the feeling of what you're doing, when that's what counts, what kind of vibes are you giving off? And this feels like looking at something where you're like, if I keep doing it, this may possibly be something that I see as being like maybe like traditionally important, or like this role that is maybe emphasized by others or seen as being important. But as far as my feelings about it, I feel a disconnect. It's like somebody like being in some type of prominent position, but then being miserable doing it, or feeling like passionless doing something. Looking at other people being like, wow, look at them having so fun, and it just seems so simple what it is that they're doing. And again, like, it's not even so much about what I'm showing up and doing, it's about the way that you feel about it and the vibe that you're giving off when you're doing those things. Like, are you showing up and doing something in a way that like it's compatible with you, and you feel happy for the most part doing that? You feel a sense of purpose? You feel like this is a good use of your energy? Or is this something that you're like, well, maybe other people would appreciate this role, but for me, it's not holding a deeper meaning, and that actually would be feeling more meaningful for me? And so it's about that. This is about a transition from focusing solely on the material aspect of something to an integration of the way that you feel about it and the vibration that you are connecting with when you're stepping into those shoes. And so this can be like something that you had been putting a lot of time and energy into, and something, again, potentially that you could have kept doing. But when you really check in about it to your core and you say, how do we feel about this? There's a feeling of something missing. And that's, or like, I could go over there and I would feel more connected with that. And that's what this is about at the end of the day. So you stepping away from that is actually what's going to help you connect with what you're actually looking for, because there is something that you're looking for and this isn't it. But there can be a lot of stuff going on in your head that has you feeling stuck, because this is not something that you're figuring out up here. This is something that you're figuring out in here. And if you're not dropped into your heart chakra, you're not going to be able to figure this out. You have to have your heart chakra activated in order to do this. So if there's anything that you can do that will help connect you with your heart chakra and your third eye, this will be very helpful for you, because it will bring a focus onto what's going on internally rather than the focus being solely externally, and you're missing a whole plane that you're connected with but you're neglecting. And so that's what this is really going to help with. I think too that there can be this feeling of, this is going to feel like pain for me, because I was in some ways emotionally connected to this. Like, there is definitely something going on with your moon energy where I'm definitely seeing it be somewhat having some type of play in this thing that you would be doing, had been doing. For many of you, I'm seeing a relationship be connected with this. So this can actually be the end of something going on within a partnership, but only because you feel like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be doing this anymore. And I don't feel happy to do this anymore. And it's not just like this superficial sense of happiness. This is like when you really connect with your soul, feeling like you're at ease because you know that you're making the right choice for yourself, and that you're honoring the way that you really feel and like your soul calling, regardless of what it's asking of you, whether it's difficult or not. It's going to be a whole different feeling to be connected with that. But sometimes in order to make the better investment, we have to close out the investments that we should be putting our energy other places. And when I say should, I mean like this feeling within of like, why am I going to keep supporting this? Or why am I going to keep showing up and putting on this outfit when I really want to be over there wearing that outfit? And then you're also keeping that spot full when you don't even want to be doing that. You want to be over there. And then the person that actually wants to be doing that, you're taking their place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just delaying things falling into place. And that's also the understanding of having justice, is that if this thing is not clicking for you and it's not a match, and you don't even want to be doing everything that's in the job description there, because that's not really your vibe. It's like, why are you staying there, keeping that space full when you need to leave and empty it, so somebody that would actually fit there perfectly and wants to be there and would feel like exuberant about being connected with that, you're just taking up that space then. So this is also like a more cosmic understanding of, you're not just holding off your own storyline from going where you want to go, you can also be holding up the line for other people too. Because it's not just about you. We all have an impact on other people as well. So by you not bumping to that next spot that you want to be in, you're holding up the line here. So we can also understand it in that way too. And as much as like we can want to be special and be like, well, I'm the only one that can play this role, then it's like, but imagine somebody that's really happy to be doing that, standing in that place, and then you're like, wow, they were made for that and it wasn't right for me. It will be this type of feeling. But you have to connect with the deeper tune of things in order to be able to see this type of insight. Otherwise, it's just going to be so center focused to the point where you lose your perspective here. And this is really just you closing something out that's out of order at this point, bringing things into a state of balance. And Justice is a card that I've been seeing in a lot of the readings lately, just as I have Eight of Cups in a lot of the readings. So this is about you giving yourself permission to go after what it is that you want, to put your energy into what it is that you actually want. And to maybe check in and ask yourself when it comes to certain things that you're doing. I feel like this has to do with a very particular situation within your life. Ask yourself if you want to keep doing things in that way. And I mean, like, do you actually want to? Not like, I'm doing this because I'm avoiding that over there, or if I really do what I want, then this is going to happen and I don't want to have to deal with that. I mean, like, do you actually want to, though? Because maybe you have a new dream. And things can shift at this point if you are willing to do that, but you're gonna have to be tuned all the way in order to really see this and really understand, because I'm seeing like the communication is already there. You've already been getting messages. You just need to plug in. You need to tune in and you need to connect with it. But once you connect, it's just gonna feel obvious to you what the message is. Because it's just like they're waiting for you to read it and then integrate it and apply it. I am, for some of you, getting something about a settlement. Yeah, you can be seeing more clearly too where you don't want to let go of things. This is reminding me of the Aquarian reading about like something being for free. And it was, the notion that came through in that reading was like, if you have a bunch of free stuff in front of you, are you gonna like check in and ask yourself if you want those things, or are you just gonna grab it because it's free? And then you have it taking up space where you would actually like to put stuff that felt intentional. Or you have like all this stuff around that feels very unintentional, but it was for free, you know? So that this can be something that you're becoming aware of. Like there's a need for a type of discrimination here about what it is that you are doing and whether that's really aligned for you, and kind of taking this thing off the table of like, I spent time doing this, or, you know, other people would think this is important. It's like, what do you really feel about it though? Because, you know, we all have different values. We can anyway. And so And we all have different stuff that resonates. Sometimes we value a position, but we don't want to be playing it. Not in real life anyway, with the real stuff that comes with that. But there's other stuff that you can do that you'd actually love to be doing those things, and that's your thing. So are you doing your thing, or are you doing what you feel like you're supposed to be doing, or what you liked 2 years ago or 10 years ago, and now it's like very uncomfortable to be doing it? Because you really can love what you do. Regardless of where it is in your life, you can really be involved in things that they hold meaning for you. And you go to sleep at night, you put your head on your pillow, and you feel a sense of satisfaction. You feel a sense of fulfillment. You feel a sense of you living out your purpose. Do you feel like you're living out your purpose doing this? Or do you feel like it's what you're like kind of supposed to be doing, and you're like hoping it feels like that one day, but it doesn't really? All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.